need to hear this before you travel on Flair Airline. When I travel with a mixture of people or a mixture of nationalities, smooth sailing flight. We landed in Jamaica smoothly, everything went well. Personal items, some of them were a bit too big, but she still tagged them and let us go scotch-free, which that was good of her. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Patra Zone. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day as usual. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning into this channel. I am going to share with you my experience traveling on Flair Airline. So you should listen to what I have to say before you go and travel on Flair Airline. Before I get any further into this video, please go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think. If you have traveled on Flair Airline before, leave it in the comment. Let me know what your experience was. So guys, I'm gonna start off by saying this. Yes, so for those of you who have watched my previous video, you know that we went to Jamaica recently. And when we were going, I was trying to find a time that was convenient to me and the family for us to travel, put everything in place so we can travel on a particular day that is convenient to each of us. So I was looking, I don't know guys, but I didn't know that people travel so much. It was so hard to find an airline that will go on that particular day that we wanted to travel, because that was a day that was convenient for us to travel. I did not know that people travel that much, so people are traveling, and it was so hard to find a airline that was available during that time, and even and not just available at a reasonable price, because we are a family of 6 traveling together. That's very expensive, so we were trying to find an airline that is available on that particular day and at a reasonable cost. But to be honest with you, I don't think anything out there named reasonable. When you're traveling an airline, I don't think there's such thing as reasonable anymore. But anyways, I came across Flair Airline. I know nothing about them. It's the first time I'm hearing of Flair Airline, because normally when I'm traveling from Canada, I normally take either Air Canada, or Air Canada is my major airline that I've traveled on when I'm traveling from Canada, or WestJet. Flair Airline is the first. When I went, I used the cheaper here. That's the site that I went on, and I saw Flair Airline came up, and it was so convenient because the time and the date was convenient to us. And the price, when I look at the price, it was very catchy. The price was not bad. The price per person to go one way, because we only travel one way on Flair Airline, because I said I'm going to Jamaica, I don't know when I want to come back. So I decided that I was gonna buy the one-way ticket. So we bought the one-way ticket on Flair Airline. As I said to you, the price, just to make the reservation, the price was pretty much reasonable, so I grabbed it. And but before we even pay for the airline, I wasn't sure, and I didn't know anything about Flair Airline, as I said before. So I asked around. Nobody know of them, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna chance it. I'm just gonna go chance it. 6 of us were gonna chance it on Flair Airline. I didn't even bother stop to look up on any review on them, because I said once I'm doing something, I try not to look up. I just make up my mind and decided that I'm gonna take them. So yes, we paid for the reservation on Flair Airline. Then I realized, when I read all the information, I read that on Flair Airline, this is one of the drawbacks. Even though the cost for making the reservation was not that expensive, they have the drawbacks. You are only allowed to take one personal item free on the plane. So either you can take a purse, a tote bag, or a knapsack, and you have to ensure that those bags are not too packed because they measure them. They do measure them. So guys, so that is one of the drawbacks. You are only allowed to take a personal item free on the plane. For your carry-on, you have to pay for that. So if you plan to take a carry-on, you'll have to pay for that. So that's the drawback, guys. So that is where all expense comes in. You have to pay for your carry-on. So if it's a family of 6, if each of us taking a carry-on, we'll have to pay for the 6 of them. Then you'll have to pay for your check luggages. And guys, the check luggage is not cheap. You have 3 choices, 3 different prices when it comes on to your check luggages. So you can, depending on the price that is, you can pay for your check luggages before you check on. To get the cheapest price for your check luggage, you'll have to pay for it before the 24 hours. Then you can also pay for your check luggage when you are checking on within the 24 hours, and then that price is a bit higher than when you check online, when you pay online. So they have online, during check-on, and at the airport. So those are the 3 different prices: online, during your check-on, and at the airport. So if you pay online, that is before your check-on time, you pay less than when you're paying during your check-on time. And then at the airport, it costs way more, right? So I did not get to pay for my luggage, my check-on luggage, before the 24 hours. So I ended up paying more than what I would pay if I paid online. So that is another drawback to the airline. So when we got to the airport, no, we checked on and everything online. That's the good thing. When we checked on online within the 24 hours, when we got to the airport, everything ran smoothly. We just went up to the agent, and she was so good. She, did what she had to do with our personal items. Some of them were a bit too big, but she still tagged them and let us go scotch-free, which that was good of her, But we paid for the check-on luggage. No, we already paid for the check-on luggage. So she didn't even tell me the weight of my check-on. She just put on the scale and it went right. I assume it was less. It was not above the 50 pounds. So I didn't have to pay anything extra because I already paid for it online when I was checking on, and it was very high. It was too much. Then everything went smoothly at the airport. This is just my experience I'm telling you about, guys. Everything went smoothly. We went on our flight. When we went on the flight, guys, it's Flair Airline, so it didn't have a lot of tourists on it. Everybody was talking in our language, and which was good and so forth. Even the pilots sounded as if they were Jamaicans, which was good. The air hostess, the flight attendants, we had male and female flight attendants, they were also Jamaicans. One of the flight attendants, her attitude was something else. I don't know if it's because what she had to deal with on a daily basis, dealing with us, on that airline, because from what I see, it's mostly Caribbean people that take that airline. So I think, the behavior of the persons who take the airline, not everybody, some of them, they are not easy to deal with. So she has to put up that guard. She had to put up that guard, to make everybody know that, look, she's not gonna tolerate any sort of behavior. But I think she could have toned down a bit because she's using one paintbrush to paint everybody. Yes, her attitude was not right. The guy, he was good. He was friendly, he was good, he talk and he rap with everybody, in a way that he should. But the lady, she was very aggressive. She was not calm, she was not polite. But not towards me though, because I didn't have any dealings with her, but the way she was behaving with other people, I didn't like it. But as I said to you, maybe it's because of what she encountered on a daily basis, and she had to put up that guard, to defend herself. Yep, they served us. Did we get snack? No, we didn't get any snack, but we got a drink, I think. Yeah, we got a drink. We didn't get any snack, we got drink. They were also selling food. The ride, the flight was good. The takeoff was good. The landing was good. Right through the flight, we had a smooth sailing flight. We landed in Jamaica smoothly. Everything went well. The other drawback is that the persons, when the plane landed, and for me, when I travel with a mixture of people or a mixture of nationalities, people behave better. They behave better than what my experience that I had on Flair. When the plane landed, normally the persons at the front would come out first. Before the before the pilot they took off the seat belt light, person starts standing up in the plane and walking up, bundling up to get out before the persons who are at the front. And that is not good. You know, people didn't, it's like they don't know how to behave. They were pushy, everybody was just bundling up. Nobody was allowing the person in front to go first. So we had to wait until those persons at the back comes up and get out before we could actually come out. And I have traveled on plane many a times, and when I travel, it's the first time I'm traveling on a plane where it's only Caribbean people or only my people traveling. So it's the first time I'm experiencing that. So that is one of the drawback traveling on free, because it seems as if it's only us Caribbean people who normally take it's a Caribbean flight, it's a Caribbean people thing. So you don't find the tourists, taking Flair Airline. So the behavior was not such a good one, because nobody wanted to wait. They just want to push and shove and go. Nobody respect the person in front of them. They just feel like they want to get out and they have to get out now, right? So that's one of the drawback traveling on Flair. But apart from, and as I said to you, the flying of the plane, the flight through was a smooth sailing one. Nothing wrong. I know it's just the behavior of the people that, and the expense, because when I checked out, even though the cost of the reservation was less than what the other airline was costing, you still pay about the same amount that you if you have taken Air Canada or one of those big airlines, because you when you take Air Canada, you don't pay for carry-on bag. Your carry-on bag is free, and you still can take a personal bag. You pay for your check-on, and I think Air Canada check-on is cheaper than not yet check-on is cheaper than Flair Airline. So it the cost, it does add up. Everything add up. Everything add up. So it's not cheap. Traveling on Flair Airline is not cheap. I think for Flair Airline, it's a one-off situation for like a single person who's just gonna run to Jamaica or run to somewhere without the extra luggages. It will work out best for that person. But for people who are traveling as a family and taking luggages and top of luggages, it doesn't work out for them. It work out for a one person or a two person who are traveling without the extra luggages, yes. But apart from that, I said we had a smooth sailing flight. Everything went well, apart from the behavior of the people and all of that. And yeah, so I would not discourage, and I will not discourage anyone from taking Flair Airline, but just note that you have to pay. It's not cheap. Even though the reservation the money that you pay for reservation may seem cheaper than the others, if you're gonna take luggages, you have to pay, and just expect certain behavior that you don't normally get from taking Air Canada and all those other airlines. The behavior may be a bit different, so don't be surprised when you take them and you see that the behavior is different from what you're used to, right? That's my experience on Flair Airline. So thank you guys for watching this video. Please go ahead, leave your comment, let me know what you think. If you have traveled on Flair Airline before and you have a good experience or not so good experience, leave it in the comment, let me know. In all you do, take care of yourself and take care of others, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.